Hi, my name is Kendra Moore, and what I'm going to be talking about today is the Poetry Foundation. When I saw that, I thought it was very interesting, especially with me being a communications major, journalism to be more precise. So, as I clicked on it, took me to the Poetry Foundation right here, and looking over it, I thought it was pretty interesting. I found a couple of poems that I found what thought was very inspirational, and at the same time, they touched me in a little bit of way because I am actually a lover of poetry myself. But first, I'd like to talk about the founder of the Poetry Foundation, Harriet. Her name is Harriet Monroe. She founded the Poetry Foundation in Chicago in the year 1912. The Poetry Foundation was established uh, in Chicago, like I said earlier. Its reputation was early by publishing the first by publishing its first important poems of T.S. Eliot, Ezra Pound, Marion Moore, Wallace Stevens, H.D., William Carlos Williams, and other now classic authors today. One of her things was the main focus of the Poetry Foundation was to print the best poetry written today in whatever style, genre, or approach that would make it very personal for all sorts of people, no matter what their age or ethnic background was. It was just a site to really bring poetry to the forefront, especially in a day and age where poetry is seen as something dull or old or not very interesting. She wished to make it very interesting to the people. Actually, here's the Chicago building within the Foundation of Poetry building in Chicago, where 30,000 volumes can be found in a library. Um, oh, this is the wrong one. Here we are, back to this page. So many events, they do like many events. They have digital programs. They have an institute where kids, they allow where they have kids are adults, they come and read and have intellectual and practical needs and to flourish allegiance for the best ideals of poetry. There's also Poetry Out Loud, which is an endowment for the Arts and Poetry Foundation, which partnered with the U.S. state arts agencies to support Poetry Out Loud, a contest that encourages the nation's youth to learn about great poetry through memorization and recitation. This program helps high school students master public speaking skills, build self-confidence, and learn about their literary heritage. I just thought that was very interesting. I wish I had done that when I was in high school. One of the things that I really thought would be interesting was to just read a poem that was on here by W.E.B. Du Bois. It's an African American poem, which is actually found right here under Black History Month. I just clicked that and it took me to another site. I'm not gonna go there right now. That had a list of the different poems, and I read a couple of them, but I kind of really like this one a lot, so I'm just gonna read this one to you. It goes, "Of course you have faced dilemma. It is announced. They all smirk and rise. If they are ultra, they remove their hats and look ecstatic. Then they look at you. What shall you do? Noblesse oblige. You cannot be boorish or ungracious. And two, after all, it is your country and you do love its ideals, if not all of its realities. Now, then, I have thoughts of a way out. Arise, gracefully remove your hat and tilt your head, then sing as follows, powerfully and with deep unction. They'll hardly note the little changes in their feelings, and your conscience will thus be saved. My country, 'tis of thee, late land of slavery, of thee I sing. Land where my father's pride slept, where my mother died. From every mountain side let freedom ring. My native country thee, land of the slaves set free, thy fame I love. I love thy rocks and rills, and o'er thy hate which chills my heart with purpose thrills to rise above. Let laments swell the breeze and ring from all the trees, sweet freedom song. Let laggard tongues awake, let all who hear partake, let southern silence quake, the sound prolong. Our fathers, God, to thee, authors of liberty, to thee we sing. Soon may our land be bright with freedom's happy light. Protect us by thy might, great God, our King. That was just actually a poem that I just thought was very interesting. Um, I feel that it speaks mainly towards the black community, but I think it's also, well, a reminder to the black community, but I think it's also almost like a jab to the white America, to the fact that of what America truly was built off of. But I digress. That's not the reason behind this discussion. Well, that's pretty much all I can say about this site. I mean, it's not really something you can prove, rather something you feel. It had many things that to offer for all sorts of people. And I feel that poetry is relevant. It was relevant 100 years in the past, and it's going to be relevant 100 years in the future, because poetry is a way to express yourself, and expression will never be lost among people. And the literacy art, I think, will be something that is very prevalent uh, for years to come. So that is my podcast for today. It's actually my third one. So I hope you enjoyed and check this site out. It's actually quite interesting. It has very nice poems. All right. Thank you.